The Lakers' shocking decision that changed LeBron James' legacy forever, the basketball world thought it had seen every chapter of the LeBron James story. But nobody expected the next one to become a battle over respect, loyalty, and legacy. After years of dominating headlines, winning championships, and carrying the weight of one of the most famous franchises in sports history, LeBron's relationship with the Los Angeles Lakers has reached a moment that has fans asking one explosive question: did the Lakers really decide it was time to move on from the king? The tension surrounding LeBron's future in Los Angeles has created one of the biggest debates in the NBA. Some fans believe the Lakers failed to appreciate everything LeBron brought to the franchise. Others believe the organization made the cold but necessary decision to protect its future and begin a new era. But in the middle of all this controversy, one name has become impossible to ignore: Kobe Bryant. Reports and discussions across sports media have suggested that the Lakers' handling of LeBron's final years has reopened an old debate about Kobe's place in Los Angeles history. Some critics argue that Rob Pelinka and the Lakers front office never intended to give LeBron the same farewell treatment that Kobe received. Others believe comparing the two situations is unfair because their journeys with the franchise were completely different. LeBron arrived in Los Angeles as one of the greatest players basketball had ever seen. He delivered the unforgettable 2020 championship, earned Finals MVP honors, and gave Lakers fans another legendary moment during one of the most difficult seasons in NBA history. Even late in his career, LeBron continued producing at a level most players could only dream about. But the Lakers are also a franchise built on history. Kobe Bryant spent 2 decades wearing the purple and gold, winning 5 championships, and becoming a symbol of dedication, loyalty, and the mentality that defines Lakers basketball. For many fans, Kobe was not just a superstar. He was the identity of the organization. Now, the question dividing the NBA community is whether LeBron's accomplishments in Los Angeles earned him a legendary goodbye, or whether the Lakers were right to turn the page and focus on the next generation. With the team making moves to reshape the roster and pursue younger talent, the message appears clear: the Lakers are preparing for life beyond LeBron James. But the emotional impact of that decision is what has created this storm. Was LeBron denied the respect he deserved? Or did the Lakers simply make the basketball decision they believed was best for the future? This debate is bigger than one contract, one player, or one team. It is about how sports fans measure greatness, loyalty, and legacy. And now, I want to hear from you. Where are you watching from today? Drop your location in the comments and tell me with a number. 1, if you believe LeBron deserved a legendary Lakers farewell, or 2, if you believe the Lakers made the right decision by moving forward. If you enjoy NBA stories, breaking news, and the biggest debates in basketball, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you never miss the next story. The hidden battle behind LeBron James' Lakers exit. For years, the Los Angeles Lakers appear to be one of the few organizations capable of keeping LeBron James satisfied. The partnership seemed perfect on the surface. The biggest star of his generation joined the biggest brand in basketball, and together they created one of the most unforgettable moments in recent NBA history. But behind the championship celebrations and superstar headlines, a much more complicated story was developing. The Lakers were never just about winning games. They were always about legacy, history, and the names that shaped the franchise. That is why every decision involving LeBron James carried enormous pressure. When a player of his magnitude joins the Lakers, expectations are not simply about statistics. Fans expect championships, loyalty, and eventually a farewell worthy of a legend. But according to many discussions around the league, the relationship between LeBron's camp and the Lakers front office became more complicated as time passed. The biggest disagreement appeared to be about the future. LeBron wanted to continue competing at the highest level and believed his performance still justified major commitment. The Lakers, meanwhile, had to consider the reality of an aging superstar and the challenge of building a sustainable roster. This is where Rob Pelinka became the center of the storm. Some critics believe Pelinka failed to fully embrace LeBron during the final stage of his Lakers career. They argue that the organization benefited from LeBron's greatness, but was unwilling to provide the kind of long-term commitment and celebration that many expected. To those critics, the Lakers were too quick to move toward the future. However, others see the situation completely differently. They believe Pelinka and the Lakers were forced to make a difficult decision that every championship organization eventually faces. At some point, every franchise must decide whether to continue investing in the present or begin preparing for what comes next. The Lakers' recent move suggests they have chosen the second option. Instead of building around an aging superstar, the franchise has focused on adding younger players, improving depth, and creating a roster capable of competing beyond the LeBron era. These decisions may not satisfy every fan, but they reveal a clear strategy. The Lakers do not want their future to depend on one player, no matter how great that player has been. And this is where the Kobe Bryant comparison becomes even more complicated. Kobe's story with the Lakers was built over 20 years. He experienced the highs, the struggles, the rebuilding years, and ultimately became the face of the franchise. His connection with Los Angeles was created through decades of sacrifice and unforgettable moments. LeBron's impact was different. He arrived as an established superstar and immediately changed the direction of the team. He brought a championship to the city and created his own historic moments. But the emotional connection between player and franchise is measured in more than championships alone. That is why this debate has become so intense. Some fans believe greatness should always be rewarded with loyalty. Others believe every organization must make decisions based on the future, not only the past. The Lakers are now standing at a crossroads. One path honors the final years of a legendary player. The other path focuses on building the next championship team. And the decision they made could define how NBA history remembers the end of the LeBron James era in Los Angeles. The Kobe Bryant comparison that turned into a war. The moment Kobe Bryant's name entered the conversation, the entire debate around LeBron James changed. This was no longer just about a contract, a roster decision, or a player getting older. It became a battle over what it truly means to become a Lakers legend. For Lakers fans, Kobe represents something almost impossible to duplicate. He was drafted by the organization, spent his entire career wearing the purple and gold, fought through injuries, survived difficult seasons, and delivered unforgettable championship moments. His relationship with Los Angeles was built over 2 decades of emotional connection. That is why many fans question whether LeBron should receive the same farewell treatment. LeBron supporters argue that greatness should be recognized regardless of how long a player stays. They point out that LeBron transformed the Lakers when the franchise was struggling. He brought excitement back to Los Angeles, helped recruit talent, and delivered the championship that fans desperately wanted. But critics believe the comparison with Kobe creates an unrealistic standard. Kobe was not simply a great player. He became part of the culture of the Lakers. His identity was connected to the city, the fans, and the organization in a way very few athletes ever achieve. This difference is at the center of the argument. Some believe LeBron deserves respect because he accomplished something that many Lakers stars never did. He arrived under enormous pressure and immediately delivered a championship. Others believe one championship cannot equal 20 years of dedication and 5 championships. The debate became even louder because both players represent different eras of greatness. Kobe represented loyalty, obsession, and commitment to one organization. LeBron represents dominance, longevity, and the ability to succeed in different environments. Neither story is ordinary. Both players changed basketball forever. But when the discussion is specifically about Lakers history, emotions often become stronger than statistics. And that is why the Lakers' decision created such a massive reaction. Fans were not only discussing a basketball move, they were discussing who deserves to be remembered as a true Lakers icon. Why the Lakers chose the future over the past. Every NBA franchise eventually reaches the same difficult moment. A superstar who once carried the team begins approaching the final stage of his career, and management must decide whether to continue chasing short-term success or prepare for the future. The Lakers found themselves in exactly that position. LeBron James remained one of the most productive players in basketball, but age became the biggest factor in every conversation. Building a championship roster around an older superstar requires expensive contracts, perfect health, and very little room for mistakes. The Lakers had to evaluate the bigger picture. Could they continue investing heavily in LeBron and still create a championship-level team? Or would those decisions limit their ability to develop younger talent and build long-term stability? The front office appeared to choose the second option. Recent roster moves showed a clear attempt to create more depth, improve athleticism, and prepare for a different style of basketball. Instead of depending on one superstar, the Lakers wanted a more balanced roster capable of competing in future seasons. That decision does not erase what LeBron accomplished. He remains one of the greatest players to ever wear a Lakers uniform. His championship run in 2020 will always be remembered. His leadership during difficult moments helped keep the franchise relevant. But NBA history has shown that even legendary players eventually reach a point where teams must make uncomfortable choices. The same organization that celebrates legends must also know when to move forward. The challenge for the Lakers is proving that this decision was not simply about ending an era, but creating a better one. If their young players develop and the team returns to championship contention, fans may view this transition as smart planning. But if the Lakers struggle, critics will immediately question whether they made a mistake by moving away from LeBron. That is the risk every franchise takes when saying goodbye to greatness. The Rob Pelinka controversy and the questions around leadership. Among all the names involved in this situation, Rob Pelinka has received some of the strongest criticism. As the Lakers' decision-maker, Pelinka became the person many fans blamed when the relationship between LeBron and the franchise appeared to change direction. Critics questioned whether the front office handled the situation with enough respect. They argued that a player of LeBron's status deserved a different type of ending after everything he accomplished in Los Angeles. Some even suggested that internal disagreements influenced the way the final chapter unfolded. However, supporters of Pelinka argue that criticism often ignores the complexity of running an NBA franchise. A general manager cannot make decisions based only on emotion. Championships are built through timing, finances, roster construction, and difficult sacrifices. Pelinka supporters believe his responsibility was not to create the perfect farewell story. His responsibility was to protect the future of the Lakers. That creates the biggest conflict in this entire situation. Fans want loyalty. Front offices need strategy. Sometimes those two things are impossible to satisfy at the same time. The reality is that Pelinka will ultimately be judged by results. If the Lakers find their next championship core, many critics will change their opinion. If the team struggles, every decision involving LeBron will be revisited. In the NBA, winning changes everything. LeBron James's Lakers legacy will always be debated. Regardless of how this chapter ends, one thing is certain. LeBron James left a permanent mark on the Los Angeles Lakers. When he arrived, expectations were massive. Every game carried pressure because Lakers fans expected greatness immediately. LeBron delivered. He helped bring the franchise its 17th championship, matched the historical championship total of the Boston Celtics, and gave Lakers fans one of the happiest moments in recent history. His critics may argue about comparisons with Kobe Bryant, but his accomplishments cannot be ignored. LeBron also changed how players view power in the NBA. His ability to influence roster decisions, maintain elite performance, and remain dominant for so many years created a new standard for superstar longevity. At the same time, his Lakers career will always be viewed through the lens of comparison. That is simply the reality of playing for one of the most famous franchises in sport. Every Lakers star is measured against the legends who came before them. For some fans, LeBron will always be the player who brought another championship to Los Angeles. For others, Kobe will remain the ultimate symbol of Lakers basketball. Both opinions exist because both players created unforgettable legacies. The bigger NBA lesson behind the Lakers decision. The Lakers situation teaches a larger lesson about professional sports. Teams must balance respect for the past with responsibility for the future. Great organizations honor their legends, but they also understand that no era lasts forever. The hardest decisions are often made when emotions are strongest. Fans remember the championships, the celebrations, and the incredible moment. Front offices must also consider salary limits, roster flexibility, and future opportunities. This does not mean legends should be forgotten. It means every franchise must find the right moment to transition. The Lakers are now attempting to prove that moving forward does not mean disrespecting what came before. LeBron's era will always be part of Lakers history. The question is whether the next era can create something equally special. The future of the Lakers after the LeBron James era. The biggest question facing the Los Angeles Lakers now is not whether LeBron James was great. That answer has already been written in basketball history. The real question is whether the Lakers can successfully build the next championship chapter after one of the greatest players of all time leaves the center of their universe. Replacing LeBron James is not something any franchise can do easily. Players like him do not appear often. His combination of size, basketball IQ, leadership, durability, and ability to control games has defined an entire generation of basketball. But the reality of the NBA is simple. Every team eventually faces the same challenge. The stars who save a franchise are not always the stars who carry it forever. The Lakers now have to prove that moving forward was not simply an emotional decision or a financial calculation. They have to show that there is a real vision behind this transition. For years, the Lakers operated in a championship or bust environment. Every season came with enormous pressure because the expectations in Los Angeles are different. Making the playoffs is not enough. Winning a championship is the only standard that truly satisfies the fan. That pressure will now move toward the younger players and the front office. The next generation of Lakers players will have to handle something that very few athletes experience: following a global icon. They are not just competing against other NBA teams, they are competing against the shadow of LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, Magic Johnson, and every other legend who built the Lakers brand. The front office must also prove that their strategy is correct. Building a younger roster sounds good in theory, but history shows that young talent must be developed properly. Potential alone does not create championships. The Lakers need players who can defend at a high level, make smart decisions under pressure, and perform when the lights are brightest. This transition also creates an important opportunity. Without being completely dependent on one superstar, The Lakers can attempt to create a deeper and more balanced roster. They can develop chemistry over multiple seasons instead of constantly searching for the next major move. But there is also risk. If the Lakers struggle after LeBron leaves, critics will immediately return to this moment. They will question whether the organization moved on too quickly. They will argue that a player capable of still producing at an elite level should have been treated differently. That is the reality of every major NBA decision. You are judged not by the explanation you give today, but by the results you create tomorrow. The Lakers have chosen a new path. Now the entire basketball world is watching to see whether that path leads toward another championship era or becomes one of the biggest missed opportunities in franchise history. The final battle over legacy, LeBron, Kobe, and the meaning of greatness. The reason this debate has become so emotional is because basketball fans are not only discussing numbers, they are discussing memories, identity, and what greatness truly means. When people talk about LeBron James and Kobe Bryant, they are talking about two completely different basketball stories. LeBron's greatness has always been connected to dominance, evolution, and longevity. He changed expectations for what an NBA superstar could accomplish over an extended career. Year after year, he continued performing at a level that seemed impossible for a player with so many miles on his body. Kobe's greatness was built around something different. His story represented loyalty, obsession, and the mentality of staying with one organization through every challenge. Lakers fans watched him grow, struggle, fail, recover, and ultimately become one of the greatest icons in franchise history. That difference is why comparing their Lakers legacies creates so much conflict. Some fans believe championships should be the main measurement. By that standard, Kobe's 5 titles in 2 decades with the Lakers create an unmatched connection. Others believe context matters. They argue that LeBron arrived during a difficult period for the franchise, immediately changed the culture, and delivered a championship when the Lakers desperately needed one. Both sides are defending something important. One side is defending history. The other side is defending impact. And that is why there may never be a final answer. The truth is that LeBron did not need to replace Kobe's legacy. He created his own. The mistake many fans make is believing greatness must always be ranked in a straight line. Basketball history is not that simple. Different players influence teams in different ways. Kobe showed the power of loyalty. LeBron showed the power of sustained excellence. Kobe represented building a life around one franchise. LeBron represented the ability to transform franchises wherever he went. Both approaches changed the NBA. The Lakers organization now has the responsibility of respecting both stories. They cannot erase what LeBron accomplished, and they cannot ignore what Kobe meant to generations of Lakers fans. The greatest franchises understand that history is not a competition between legends. It is a collection of moments created by different players at different times. Years from now, when people look back at the LeBron era in Los Angeles, they will remember the championship, the leadership, and the unforgettable moments. They will also remember the controversy surrounding the ending. And that final chapter may determine how future generations discuss LeBron's place in Lakers history. Because in sports, the ending often influences how the entire story is remembered. The final lesson from LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, and the Lakers' decision. The LeBron James Lakers era will always be one of the most fascinating chapters in NBA history because it represents a collision between greatness and reality. When LeBron arrived in Los Angeles, expectations were unlike anything the league had ever seen. The Lakers were not simply signing another superstar. They were bringing in one of the greatest players in basketball history to represent one of the most famous franchises in all of sports, and LeBron delivered. He brought excitement back to Los Angeles. He helped the Lakers win a championship. He created moments that will remain part of franchise history forever. But his story also teaches us something important about professional sports. Greatness does not guarantee that every ending will be perfect. Every athlete eventually reaches the moment when teams must make difficult decisions. The emotional side of sports tells us to hold on forever. The strategic side tells us that every organization must prepare for what comes next. The Lakers are now facing that exact challenge. Their decision to move forward is not simply about leaving LeBron behind. It is about whether they can create a future strong enough to honor the past. That is the true test. A championship organization must know how to celebrate legends while still making tough decisions. Loyalty matters, but so does vision. Respect matters, but so does preparation. The Kobe Bryant era taught fans the value of commitment. Kobe showed what it means to dedicate an entire career to one team and build an unforgettable bond with a city. The LeBron James era taught fans something different. It showed that one player's greatness can completely change the direction of a franchise and create history even in a shorter period of time. Both lessons matter. For players, the message is clear. Your legacy is not only created by statistics and trophies, it is created by the impact you leave behind, the people you inspire, and the way you handle every stage of your journey. For teams, the lesson is even harder. Sometimes the right decision is also the most painful decision. The Lakers now have to prove that choosing the future was the correct move. If they build another championship team, history may view this transition as a brilliant example of long-term planning. But if they fail, this moment will always be remembered as a time they moved away from one of the greatest players ever too soon. That is the pressure of running an NBA franchise. The future will provide the final answer. But regardless of what happens next, LeBron James will always be remembered as a player who changed the Lakers story. Kobe Bryant will always remain one of the greatest symbols in franchise history. Their legacies do not need to destroy each other. They can exist together as two different examples of greatness. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you believe the Lakers made the correct decision by moving forward and building for the future? Or do you think LeBron James deserved a bigger farewell and more recognition from the franchise? Comment below with 1 if you believe the Lakers made the right choice, or 2 if you believe LeBron deserved a legendary goodbye. If you enjoyed this NBA breakdown, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this story with other basketball fans. Your comments create the biggest debates in the NBA community, and I want to hear your perspective. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next NBA story.